Hi, welcome back. Today we talk about something small in size, but big in meaning. Oh, what's that? Apologizing. Saying sorry in different ways for different situations.
Oh, this is actually harder than people think. There are so many ways to say sorry.
You're right. And choosing the right one depends on the situation and how serious it is.
Exactly. Last week, I bumped into someone at the store and I just said sorry quickly.
That's perfectly fine for a small accident. What happened after you said it?
They smiled and said, "No worries," and we both continued walking.
That's a great example of a light, everyday apology, working exactly as it should.
I want to learn more situations, though, since not every apology feels that easy.
Absolutely. Let's build a full toolkit for different levels of apology today.
Yes, please. Where should we start?
Let's start with small, everyday moments, bumping into someone or interrupting briefly.
Okay, what phrases work well for these small moments?
Simply, sorry, or oops, sorry about that, works perfectly for tiny accidents.
Oops, sorry about that. I like adding oops, it feels light and natural.
Exactly. Oops softens the tone, showing it was a small, harmless mistake.
What if I interrupt someone while they're speaking? This happens to me sometimes.
You can say, "Oh, sorry, please continue," which is polite and quick.
"Sorry, please continue." I like that it invites them back into the conversation immediately.
Exactly. It shows respect for what they were saying, not just an empty apology.
Now, what about slightly bigger mistakes, like being late to meet a friend?
Get example. In that case, you can say, "I'm so sorry I'm late. Traffic was terrible."
"I'm so sorry I'm late." I like adding a brief reason. It feels more complete somehow.
Yes, a short explanation adds context without becoming a long, unnecessary story.
I sometimes over-explain when I apologize. This feels like a helpful boundary to remember.
That's a great insight. Brief context is usually enough. Too much explanation can feel excessive.
Let's practice this scenario. I'll be the friend waiting.
Okay, ready.
"Hey, I've been waiting for almost 20 minutes.
I'm so sorry I'm late. Traffic was terrible today."
"Oh, that's okay. These things happen sometimes."
"Thank you for understanding. I really appreciate your patience."
See, that felt natural, and the apology matched the situation well.
Exactly. Matching the size of the apology to the size of the problem matters a lot.
Now, let's talk about bigger mistakes, like forgetting something important or hurting someone's feelings.
Good direction. In these cases, a deeper apology works better.
"I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to upset you."
"I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to upset you."
This feels more emotional, more personal.
Exactly. Adding "I didn't mean to" shows genuine care, not just a routine response.
What if the other person is still upset, even after I apologize sincerely?
That's a valid concern. You can say, "I understand you're still upset, and that's okay."
"I understand you're still upset, and that's okay." I like giving them space to feel their emotions.
Exactly. Rushing someone to forgive you often makes things worse, not better.
This is very helpful, honestly. I always feel pressure to fix things immediately.
That pressure is understandable, but patience often works better than urgency in these moments.
What can I say if I want to show I'll try to do better in the future?
You can add, "I'll try to be more careful next time," showing genuine commitment.
"I'll try to be more careful next time." I like that this focuses on future action, not just words.
Exactly. Actions and intentions matter more than repeated apologies over time.
Now, what about apologizing at work, like making a mistake on a project?
Good question. In professional settings, you can say, "I apologize for the oversight."
"I apologize for the oversight." This word oversight feels new and quite professional.
Yes, oversight means a small mistake made by accident, usually from missing something.
Oh, that makes sense. So it's a polite way to describe an unintentional error.
Exactly right. It sounds professional without sounding overly dramatic or emotional. What if my mistake caused a bigger problem for my team or company? In that case, you might add, I take full responsibility and I'll fix this right away. I take full responsibility. That phrase feels strong and mature, very professional indeed. Exactly. Taking ownership without excessive self-blame shows real professional maturity. I want to practice sounding confident even while apologizing. This feels tricky to balance. That balance comes with practice. Confidence and humility can absolutely coexist together. Let's practice this workplace scenario too. I'll be your manager. Okay, ready. This report has several errors in it. What happened here? I apologize for the oversight. I take full responsibility, and I'll fix this right away. Thank you for owning that. Please have it corrected by tomorrow. Absolutely. I'll make sure it's done properly this time. That felt calm and professional, even though the situation was a mistake. Exactly. Calm confidence during apologies actually builds trust rather than reducing it. Now, what about apologizing over text or email, which feels different from speaking? Good point. Written apologies can be slightly more detailed since there's time to think. What might that look like in a message? I wanted to apologize for missing our call earlier. I completely lost track of time. I like that written apologies allow for slightly fuller explanations without feeling rushed. Exactly. Since there's no live pressure, a bit more detail feels appropriate and thoughtful. What if I need to apologize to someone I don't know very well, like a stranger? In that case, keep it simple and polite. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I'm sorry, that was my fault. Simple, honest, and takes clear responsibility. Exactly. With strangers, brevity and honesty work far better than long explanations. This lesson is helping me understand how context really shapes the right apology style. That's the core lesson today, honestly. Context determines depth, length, and tone completely. Let's review our key phrases from today's lesson now. Number 1, oops, sorry about that, for small everyday accidents. Light and quick. Number 2, I'm so sorry I'm late, traffic was terrible. With a brief explanation. Number 3, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. For deeper emotional apologies. Number 4, I apologize for the oversight, and I take full responsibility. For professional settings. Number 5, I wanted to apologize for missing our call earlier. For written apologies. And number 6, I'm sorry, that was my fault. For strangers or brief interactions. Simple and honest. Wonderful. You've built a really complete toolkit for apologies today, across many situations. I have, and I feel much more confident matching my apology to the actual situation now. That's exactly the skill we wanted to build together throughout this lesson. Thank you for helping me understand the emotional layers behind these simple words. Before we close, let's discuss one more tricky situation: apologizing when you're not fully at fault. Oh, this is confusing for me. What if the situation was only partly my responsibility? Good question. You can say, I'm sorry this happened, even though it wasn't entirely my fault. Even though it wasn't entirely my fault. This feels honest without denying responsibility completely. Exactly. It acknowledges the outcome without falsely claiming full blame for everything. I like this balance. Sometimes I either over-apologize or avoid apologizing entirely, nothing in between. That's a very common struggle, honestly. Finding that middle ground takes practice over time. What if the other person disagrees with how much fault I'm claiming or denying? You can calmly say, I understand we see this differently, but I still want to apologize for my part. I still want to apologize for my part. That phrase focuses only on what you control, which feels wise. Exactly. Focusing on your own actions rather than debating blame usually leads to better outcomes. This reframes apologizing as something I control rather than something dependent on their reaction. That's a powerful realization, honestly. Your apology is about your integrity, not their response. I really needed to hear that distinction today, truly. It changes how I think about apologizing completely. I'm glad this resonates so deeply with you. Now, what about apologizing for something from a long time ago? Oh, this happens sometimes too. Maybe something I regret from months or years earlier. In that case, you can say,
I've been thinking about this for a while, and I want to apologize properly. I've been thinking about this for a while. This shows the apology is thoughtful, not sudden or impulsive. Exactly. Timing context helps the other person understand this apology carries real weight and reflection. What if they seem surprised since so much time has passed since the original event? That's normal. You can simply add, I know it's been a while, but it's been on my mind. It's been on my mind. I like that this phrase feels vulnerable and genuine at the same time. Vulnerability often strengthens apologies, since it shows real emotional investment in the relationship. This entire lesson keeps revealing how much emotional nuance exists within such small, common phrases. That nuance truly is the heart of meaningful communication, beyond just correct grammar alone. I feel like today's lesson gave me both language tools and emotional